of the cool things about paramotors is you are your own mechanic. This means you can do your own maintenance, you can make modifications, and you can swap engines without having to consult with the FAA or file any paperwork. Recently I got to thinking and I realized that I have my old Scout with the factory R that I don't really fly, and I have my standard Maverick with an Atom 80 that I don't really fly either. But I realized if I put the factory engine on the Maverick frame, now this is something I would want to fly. So I did exactly that. A few hours of work in the garage and I had both motors swapped, and the result was a sweet new paramotor that gets me excited to fly. Alright, I'm out here with the new Maverick factory mobile. Obviously I've flown this frame a whole lot and I've flown this motor a whole lot separately, but never together. So I'm pretty stoked to see how this combination actually flies as one. The main reason I upgraded to the Mav Max with the factory R with the 140 prop was to get more power because I was flying my 14 meter free ride a lot. But honestly, out here in Arizona, I'm not flying the 14 as much because it's a little bit too extreme for this environment. So I've been flying the 16s, the Viper 6, the Viper XC, and the 16 free ride, which means I don't necessarily need all the power of the factory R 140 on the Mav Max. And the main disadvantage of that combo is the torque steer. With that bigger prop, the 140, it does have a little bit more torque than the 130s. So I'm feeling like this thing should be more true, but also have a nice amount of power with this factory R and the 130 3-blade. It's a rare Arizona summer evening that's actually flyable, so I'm gonna go up on the Viper 6 today, the 16 meter, and let's see how this baby does. Time to see if I put all these nuts and bolts on correctly. Oh, she rips, bud. Too bumpy for that shenanigans. Alright, let's do a little climb test. Aim right at the camera and we'll just roll on the full throttle. That's nice. That is nice. Alright, initial first impressions. This engine is running great. Frame is performing great. The two pieces have not fallen apart yet. It'd be kind of awkward if my engine just fell off because I forgot to use Loctite. Man, I've missed the instant acceleration that you get with a 130 E-prop. I've been flying that 140 two-blade for so long. It almost feels like the difference of like flying an old World War I biplane on the two-blade versus like a fighter jet with a three-blade. Because you have instant acceleration and the three-blade's so smooth and dialed. My one complaint, even when I was running this motor on the Scout, was that it kind of has this weird resonance, which right here at cruise, you can hear it. It's kind of like whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know if that's a tuning thing or if it's just the nature of this combination. By the way, trusty Viper 6, I mentioned it in the last video, but I made a new tab on my web store just for glider reviews. So be sure you go to that to look at my glider reviews if you are in the market for anything. I'm getting a call from Josh McGee, but I can't answer right now, Josh. I'm too busy swallowing cacti. Okay, I'm gonna call Josh back. Yeah, I got earbuds in. I don't think you can hear me though. I just have to be at idle and yell because I'm on earbuds. What a good guy. Story time. I finally got to do a base jump I've never done before this morning. And I've been putting it off forever.
because in order to do this base jump, you have to swim across a river. You do the jump, you climb up the cliff, jump, and then you fly back over the river. So basically, you just have to swim across one way. But if you guys have like followed along forever, you might know that I hate water. I hate swimming. I'm not a swimming or a boat or a water guy, and that's why I've been putting it off forever. But I finally did it this morning, and I was actually kind of proud of myself. I don't know why I have such a thing against water, but the river's pretty wide and there's a current, so you gotta cut across while holding on to this bag. It was pretty intense. It terrified me. The base jump, paramotoring, all that stuff doesn't terrify me, but swimming across the river does. But I did it. Got to the top, saw a mountain goat, saw a helicopter fly by, jumped off the cliff, on-heading opening, happy days, flew back across the river and landed. But it actually got me wondering, why do I hate water so much? And I called my mom on the way home, because it's not like I joke and say like I can't swim, but like I can swim. I know how to. It's not like I'm dumb and I just like don't know how to swim. But it's just that I hate water and I get like anxiety and a little panicky like when you can't touch the bottom. And I was like, this feels like if I had like a childhood trauma experience where like I nearly drowned or something, because it doesn't make rational sense in my mind. So I called my mom and I was like, what's up with this? Like, did I drown as a kid and you never told me? And she told me the story, which I kind of knew vaguely, but she said she took me to swimming lessons with my sister when I was 2 and my sister was 4. And swimming lesson number 1 was fine. Swimming lesson number 2, apparently I started crying when we pulled in the parking lot. And by lesson 3, I was crying when she was packing my bag back at home. So I guess after that, she kind of abandoned the idea of taking me to swimming lessons. And I never, I guess, learned to swim, but that doesn't explain, like, the anxiety. Like, why as a 2-year-old was I so anxious about water? Like, if I never had a bad prior experience. And I guess my mom said she hates water, and her dad, my grandpa, hated water. So I'm like, is this a genetic thing that we've just been passed down, hating water? And it's funny because my grandpa and my mom are both pilots, so it's like the 3 generations hate water and love flying. I guess it makes sense. Alright, 18 minutes or so airborne. Wonderful flight. I'm headed back to the LZ to catch the sunset. Motor's performing great. I'm stoked that I'm going to be able to grab this engine and fly this combo and have the choice between this and the Mad Max for a little bit of variation. Because honestly, I never flew my Atom 80. I just used it to loan to other pilots. They were normally lightweight. But now I got a little bit more variation.
Alright, so that's all she wrote. Another beautiful sunset in the Arizona desert. This weather's getting me super stoked on the winter time, and it's always like back in New Jersey this time of year, rolling into fall, I start to feel that seasonal depression come on where I know impending doom of winter is coming. But now it's the opposite. I'm just getting past the seasonal depression of summertime in Arizona where it's way too hot to do anything. It's finally cooling off. So that means base jumping, paramotoring, motorcycling. It's gonna be my first full winter in Arizona and I'm stoked about it. Stoked about the Maverick and the factory R. I got 2 factory Rs to fly now. Mav Max with the 140 and the standard Mav with the 133 blade. And I also have the old Scout, which has a regular Moster on it now. So maybe I'll get that out for a couple flights. New giveaway is coming up. I'm trying really hard. I'm still trying to get that EOS Quattro that I've been talking about. If that doesn't work out, I'm gonna find something else, but stay tuned. It'll be happening soon. Till the next episode, hope you guys enjoyed. Have fun, fly safe, peace.